Most cat owners or people who spend a lot of time with cats know that they often choose a favorite person. This tendency leaves many wondering how they decide which person will be the favorite. Is it completely random, or are there things you can do to develop a closer bond with your cat? Well, it turns out there are several factors that influence how a cat chooses which specific person to spend most of their time with. If you enjoy this type of content, stick with me until the end of the video because you'll understand more about your cat's behavior, know the signs that you're their favorite person, and if not, know how to become one. Number 5. Spend quality time with your cat. While it's true that simply being in the same space as your cat can help foster a healthy relationship between you two, it's more effective to make the most of the time you spend with your cat to strengthen your bond. Effective communication and attention are key. In short, get to know your cat. We all know, but it's always good to remember, each cat is different. Each cat has a distinct personality, likes, dislikes, and tendencies. Getting familiar with how your cats interact with the world and how they think is crucial to bonding with them. Spend time with your cat and explore their interests. If they seem to enjoy cuddles, dedicate an extra 15 minutes every day petting them in their favorite spots. Or if they like a specific toy, play with that toy with them for some time every day. It's also important to understand that respecting your cat's space can show them that you care about their preferences. If they seem to want to be alone or are retreating to a quiet, hidden space, leave them be. This will signal to your cat that you respect their boundaries and are allowing them to have their own space. Striving not only to understand your cats, but also to respect them and their limits is incredibly important for establishing a good relationship with your feline. Number 4. The connection between your personality and your cat's personality. Cats, much like humans, have individual personalities. Some cats may be shy, while others are outgoing. Some may be very active, while others prefer to lounge on the couch all day. No cat is the same as another, just as no person is the same as another. In human relationships, personality plays a huge role. Some people just get along and have a natural bond between them, while others don't. There's no exact science to what attracts people to each other or pushes them away. Some will say opposites attract, while others will say similarities are the most important factors. While we may not fully understand how this works, personality has a significant effect on interpersonal relationships. And it turns out this is also true when it comes to relationships between cats and humans. Some people may find it very easy to connect with a specific cat, while others may find it extremely difficult to interact with the same cat. Much of this can be attributed to personality. If a cat and a human have incompatible personalities, they may not get along as well. If cats live in a space with multiple people, it wouldn't be surprising if they naturally gravitate toward the person with the most compatible personality with theirs. For example, if they dislike loud noises and intense activities, they may decide that their favorite person is the quietest member of the household. The opposite may also be true. Regardless of whether you and your cat hit it off instantly or not, ensuring that all their needs are met creates a good foundation for a healthy relationship. So even if you don't have a super compatible personality with your cat, all hope is not lost. Many relationships don't start off great and improve greatly over time. A truly healthy relationship with your cat needs to be nurtured and developed over time. Number 3. Be an active participant in your cat's life. While bonding with your cats may largely be based on how your personality fits with theirs, there's much more to discuss. Striving to understand cats is one of the key points to creating a good relationship with them. It's a common misconception that cats tend to not like attention. Cats, with their ways, are often harder to understand than dogs, but they love affection and attention just the same. A study found that cats tend to choose their favorite person based on how much effort that person puts into bonding with them. So if you put in a lot of effort and make continuous attempts to bond with your cat, you'll likely be rewarded. It's important to note that some cats prefer different types of attention than others. While some cats may love to be petted, others may simply like being in the same room as you. Making an effort to coexist with your cat, learning their routine, and establishing your presence in their daily life is one of the best ways to bond with your cat. While early bonding may not be possible in all cases, it's a major factor in creating a good relationship. If you're present in a cat's life from an early age, developing a strong bond with your furry friend will likely be much easier than starting later in their life. When kittens are spending their first months of life, they're developing and formulating social techniques necessary to adapt to the world around them. If you're consistently present in a cat's life from kittenhood, they'll base much of their social development on you. However, the concept of early bonding shouldn't deter you from adopting an older cat. All cats need homes, and all cats are capable of developing a strong relationship with you, although it may be more challenging since they've already established rigid social structures and ways of interacting with the world. Spending a lot of time with them is still the way to go. It may take days, months, or even years to develop a loving relationship with your cat, but persistence is key. Being present and active in your cat's life is one of the most effective ways to establish yourself as their favorite person. I'm very grateful for you being here in the video. Did you know that most people who watch videos aren't subscribed to the channel? If you want to help me in a totally free way, I ask you to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment on how your cat relates to you. Now pay attention because this is extremely important for your relationship with your furry friend. Number 2. Ensure they are happy and healthy. The simplest way to spend quality time with your cat is to ensure their needs are met and that they're leading a happy, healthy lifestyle. Make sure your cat is well fed and nourished in a healthy manner. Providing a balanced diet is a great way to show cats that you care about them. Cats, much like humans, respond very positively to food. Since you're the one providing the food, you're already at an advantage. Make sure to practice positive reinforcement when it comes to training and reward your cat with treats when they exhibit good behavior, for example. Besides food, ensure that all their other needs are met. Cats are clearly clean animals, so keep their litter box clean and tidy. Provide plenty of cozy, dark places for them to hide. Adapting your home as a comfortable space for your cats is an excellent way to make them more comfortable around you. A comfortable and safe environment is where the real bond will happen. Additionally, make sure your cat is actively engaged in their home environment. Provide plenty of toys and entertainment to keep their minds stimulated. A bored cat is more likely to be a sad and grumpy cat. On the other hand, an entertained cat is much more likely to be happy and to relate to you. Attend to your cat's needs, create a comfortable and safe environment for them, and make sure they're happy and entertained. You'll be surprised at how much your relationship with your cat can benefit simply by being an attentive and responsible owner. Number 1. Think about your relationship with other people. Most likely, your strongest and most meaningful bonds are with people who care about you and your interests, but also respect your space. Just as you would expect your best friend to listen to you talk about your favorite book and then give you alone time when you need it, understand that your cat expects the same from you. Make an effort to get to know your cats and spend time doing what they want to do. These steps are relatively easy, and your cats will certainly appreciate them. Just as you want to get to know your cats, they also want to get to know you. Cats are incredibly curious creatures. They want to know you, learn about your routine, your personality, and your interests before deciding whether they want to establish a good relationship with you. If you make it easy for your cats to know what to expect from you, they will certainly be grateful. For example, if you decide to play with them with their favorite toy every day, consider doing it every day at the same time. By establishing a predictable routine, your cat won't be guessing. They love routine, and if you create a routine with them, it'll probably be easier to win your furry friend's friendship. Additionally, it's a good idea to communicate with your cat. While it may seem silly, talking aloud to your cats is a great idea to help form a good relationship with them. Even if your cats don't understand what you're saying, they perceive how you're saying it. Speak to them clearly and gently. Similarly, listen to your cats when they decide to meow. Learning to distinguish between a happy meow and a sad meow can make all the difference. There are many factors that contribute to who a cat chooses as their favorite person. If you're a cat lover, it can be frustrating and sad when your cat seems to prefer spending time with other people than with you. However, don't worry, there are many ways to relate to a cat, even if you don't initially connect. Spending time with your cat and investing a lot of effort in their well-being is the most effective way to become their favorite person. By providing them with lots of love and companionship, you're nurturing your relationship gradually. Over time, you'll develop an incredibly strong and loving relationship with your furry friends, and you may even find yourself being their favorite person. Now that you know what to do to become your cat's favorite person, let's explain the signs your cat shows when you are their favorite. Let's go! Number 1. They let you pet their bellies. Our cats, despite having their own temperament and being quite independent, are also social and like to be part of our group. The relationship with their favorite human, that carefully chosen person, is of utmost importance, granting privileges that other people only dream of having. One example of this is the act of letting you pet their bellies. Almost all cats have several areas where they do not like to be touched. Very often this includes the belly, but also, for example, their paws. If someone they do not particularly trust tries to touch or pet these areas, it can quickly cause great discomfort, and it is not uncommon for their claws to come into play. However, with their favorite human, cats tend to react a little differently. Many can not only tolerate but even enjoy having their bellies petted, as long as there is a solid base of trust between the cats and their human. And even if they are not enjoying it that much, they allow it only with their beloved human, perhaps putting up with it without major complaints or simply choosing to withdraw, rather than reacting aggressively by scratching or biting. A privilege that only happens with their favorite human. But do not be upset if your cats do not let you pet their bellies. Some cats do not allow anyone to do that, so stay tuned for the next points in the video to be sure that you are your feline's favorite. Number 2. They let you pick them up. There are cats that like to be picked up frequently. This behavior is quite common, for example, in the ragdoll breed. Generally speaking, and among all cats, being held in someone's arms is one of the few interactions where they allow that level of closeness. However, if the wrong person tries to hold them, they quickly move away or defend themselves if necessary, using their claws. On the other hand, the favorite human usually knows exactly how to pick them up so that it does not disturb them, making them enjoy this privilege and show much more tolerance than they would with any other person. Number 3. They eat calmly in your presence. When cats have food in front of them, they act in an extremely instinctive way. That is, the food needs to be protected and consumed as quickly as possible in case a potential competitor appears and tries to steal it. For this reason, you must have heard that it is better to let the cats eat in complete peace. Otherwise, they might end up swallowing their food too fast, which can cause stomach discomfort, make them vomit, or, in extreme cases, even lead to health problems. It is much less likely for cats to react this way when their favorite human is nearby, because the trust and routine built over time help them control, even if just a little, their instincts, understanding that you will never take their food. In any case, our recommendation, as a precaution, is to let the cats eat in peace, but if they eat calmly while you are near, consider yourself privileged. Number 4. They do not mind if you stare at them. In the animal kingdom, being stared at is often associated with danger, because the one holding the gaze is usually planning something. In nature, an intense stare can mean that a larger predator is watching or that a rival is preparing to attack. For this reason, it is always a good idea not to stare at the cats for too long and at least to blink slowly every so often, as they interpret this as a sign of trust. Otherwise, the cats may choose to move away. However, with their favorite human, the cats often learn over time to interpret looks in a way that does not make them feel threatened, understanding that no danger is coming from you. This can even lead to interactions that, instead of seeming confrontational, are interpreted as displays of affection, a behavior that cats will never show with a stranger or someone they do not fully trust. Number 5. They allow themselves to be held. We have already talked about how they let themselves be picked up. Now we will talk about holding them still, whether to carry them or for some other reason. When cats have their movements severely restricted, they tend to feel anxious and try to escape at all costs, sometimes even using their claws to break free. Their instincts are very strong, as being held usually signals immediate danger. However, there are times when it is absolutely necessary for their human to hold them still for a few moments, such as when a tick is found in a difficult area and must be removed, or when it is necessary to administer medication that the cat refuses to take willingly. These situations can be extremely challenging, which is why it is surprising when a trusted human, with a calm voice, manages to make the cat stay still for a few moments, allowing itself to be held, even if it is not comfortable. This is very difficult even for the most gentle felines, so if your cat allows you to do this, consider yourself loved by them. Number 6. They approach your face. Cats are very cautious when it comes to getting close to the face of another living being. Most of the time, if they make contact at all, it is just a quick sniff. Especially when dealing with larger animals or even humans, caution is necessary, which is why cats rarely bring their faces close to a person's. However, this is often different with their favorite human. For example, when cats decide to rub their heads against yours, a gesture that represents a deep sign of trust and affection. It is a display of love that they reserve only for those they truly care about. Number 7. They lie on their backs with their bellies up near you. We have already talked about our furry friends letting you pet their bellies. Now we will talk about them, by their own choice, lying down with their bellies exposed near us. In cats, the abdominal region is covered by soft tissue but with little protection, as it holds most of their vital organs. That is why cats, in general, do not like having their bellies touched. Even so, they tend to roll over to lie on their backs only when they are sure that there is no danger nearby. Some cats are naturally more trusting and, for that reason, may even show this behavior around strangers. However, lying on their backs is a behavior that, in most cases, is reserved only for their favorite human. Number 8. They turn you into a biscuit-making table. When the cats feel completely at ease with their favorite human, they may show that affection by performing the behavior popularly known as making biscuits, a movement reminiscent of the way dough is kneaded. This action, inherited from kittenhood, is a way to stimulate their mother's milk flow and, at the same time, an indication of comfort and security. Many cats reserve this special gesture for the place where they feel safest, usually in the presence of the person they love the most, reinforcing the bond and demonstrating complete trust. If they need on you, it is probably because you are their favorite. Number 9. Gifts, only for their favorite people. Another genuine behavior that cats exhibit only with their favorite human is the act of bringing them gifts, such as insects or small animals they have caught. Although this gesture may seem surprising or even undesirable to some, in nature, it is interpreted as a sign of care and an attempt to share the rewards of their hunting skills. Research on feline behavior, as discussed by experts like Dr. John Bradshaw, points out that this behavior traces back to cats' ancestral instincts and is displayed more frequently in the presence of those they trust the most, serving as unmistakable proof that the human in question holds a very special place in their lives. Number 10. They choose to sleep with you in bed. When the cats choose to sleep with their favorite human instead of elsewhere, they demonstrate a deep level of trust and attachment. This behavior is reserved for those they feel completely safe with, and sharing a sleeping space strengthens the bond between them and their human. The book Cat Sense, by researcher Dr. John Bradshaw, explains how close interaction, even during sleep, can lower stress for both cats and humans. By allowing you to be so close, the cats signal that you are an important part of their lives, creating an intimate and comforting connection that few behaviors can match. In short, if your cats sleep with you, they love you. If your cats show at least 6 of these behaviors, congratulations, you are definitely their favorite human. Now, would you like to know 5 words your cat can understand? In this video right here on the screen, I show you those 5 words and explain each one. Click on the screen and keep going with me in the incredible world of cats.